All right, so let's talk about another prospect who can be on the 49ers draft board at number 11. Let's talk about Marshall edge rusher Mike Green. So let's get on the positive and negative side and give you my thoughts on this one. So let's get on the positive. This guy has the it. This guy dominates the competition. This guy's got some strength right there. I mean, what is he like 6'3", 250 pounds, runs in between the 4-5 range or something. But you look at how he plays, man. He just looks the part. Watching from the Senior Bowl, his stock has moved up. He's gained momentum. He had the most sacks in college football last year, so he was very unblockable. That's what stands out about him. So the more you start seeing his film, the more it stands out. I mean, the game against Ohio State, he played pretty well. I mean, you figure this guy would be a great fit. And this is a perfect time for him to build momentum because the Niners do need a defensive end to complement Nick Bosa. They haven't had a speed rusher of that caliber probably since Dee Ford. And to be honest, the way you watch Mike Green play at Marshall, he's exactly of what we're looking for. A guy with intensity. This guy plays with intensity. This guy seems to love football. This guy is just the guy, he's just the guy you gotta have. The more you watch him, the more you're gonna want him. And I feel like this would be the perfect pick for the 49ers. I mean, honestly, if I was a betting man, I don't know if that would be the choice, but I would be pounding the table for this guy. But now, let's get on to the negative side of why he may not go to the 49ers. So there's a lot of red flags. The situation that he dealt with since high school and going into Virginia, it's a lot of question marks. A lot of the allegations, a lot of that stuff. And that's something that Niners just tend to back away if it's a huge red flag. But you look at the competition, you're figuring, man, he just competes in the MAC conference. Can he do that at the next level? We saw that against Ohio State, of course, but majority of his competition was in the MAC, of course. But you look at this guy, is he just overhype or is he actually the real deal? And that's something y'all want to know. What kind of culture is the 49ers going to bring to this guy? Because he went to Marshall. He went to Marshall and didn't have quite much issues from there. Can it be anything similar? I don't know. I'm assuming since you go to West Virginia, somewhere down Marshall, it's pretty isolated. There's not really much to do over there. But if you go to the Bay Area, there's a lot to do over there. So how are the Niners going to handle that situation? You're dealing with a guy who has a huge red flag. Like, that's something you might have to monitor yourself. If the Niners didn't want to draft somebody with red flags or characters, they haven't done that since going for Reuben Foster. So you would figure, are they going to think twice about this? That's going to be something we all going to monitor into the draft. But if that's the case, then how come they had a 30 visit with this kid? So that means something, something. They might really want this kid. They might be willing to give it a chance. Maybe they look towards the past and say, you know what? Nobody's perfect. We all young people, bro. We all make mistakes. And maybe he was falsely accused. Or maybe he got to clean his act together. So we don't know of what started the issue. But he hasn't had issues ever since he left Virginia. So it's kind of been quiet from those last 2 years at Marshall. So those are something that just kind of came out of the radar. So that's something that we're all speculating, but maybe he might turn out fine in this draft pick. But I haven't seen a prospect of his caliber since Khalil Mack that dominate that conference. So he would probably be an instant impact. If I'm being honest with you, this would be the guy. But the question is, are the Niners going to take that chance? He has the intensity, he has the passion for the game, and he produced pretty well in college. Overall, man, you got to take this guy. He loves the game of football. If you want to take a chance on a shirt day, man, you got to roll that dice. And I feel like Mike Green has what it takes to be really good. But the question is, are we going to take him? We'll find out come Thursday, so we'll know.